That should have been me with my daughter celebrating in the front row with my championship. But I was wasting my time training Sami Zayn. I've been wasting my time training a bunch of freaking losers.
Sounds like a flock of wah-wahs coming out of Chad Gable's mouth.
Otis, my prize pupil, my #1 guy. You have proven yourself, beyond a shadow of a doubt, to be the biggest disappointment of them all. This is why you signed up for the Academy, right? For feedback, honest feedback, to show you how to get better. You can't be upset with me for this, all right? Just get on the same page and know that from now on, we're gonna focus on Gable. We're all gonna win my Intercontinental Championship together. And you're gonna help me no matter what, right? I wanna hear you say it together, no matter what.
No limits.
I choose you, Roman Reigns.
Aren't you getting saved by DX?
Brutus, Paul!
You broke the all-time record for the largest gathering of trailer park trash The Rock has ever seen.
Kind of pulls on my heartstrings.
So now we have a problem.
This is Draw Straws Raw with your host, the Raw Dog, Eric B. And Randy C. And now, on with the show.
Release the hounds.
Hello, friends, listeners, and newcomers. It's me, Eric B. They call me the Raw Dog, and this is Sunday night's main event, and you're listening to the Draw Straws Raw review. I am your host, and I am joined by my co-host, my puppy in crime. Bark at them, Randy. Tell him what's up. It's Randy C.
Row. Sorry, not that excited this week. As usual, we are powered by something, and again, it is the Law Live Audio Wrestling. This week, Chris and Brady take a trip into the world of AEW Dynasty and go over the good, the bad, and the ugly of this past weekend's PLE. Is Swerve the guy to carry the title? Ospreay versus Dragon, match of the year? How many rating stars would this get? Hint, hint, Dave Meltzer. And if that wasn't enough, they have a little gravy on your mashed potatoes for the week. Tid's Kick in the Head is back with another stellar conversation with the one and only RJ City. That is the Law Live Audio Wrestling this week on Sunday night's main event. Also, we're powered by something I should have had a lot more of. I know there's a lot on my shirts, but I haven't consumed that many because I've been a grumpy piece of shit, and that is Chiquita Bananas Wymanero.
Monkeys never claps.
No, they never cramp, but I am a fucking big one right now. Eric B., how you doing, my friend?
God, better than you, apparently. I mean, like, much better than Randy over there, who's dropping F-bombs 5 minutes into the show today. We're getting flagged. We're absolutely getting flagged for this. Did we get flagged for things? I think we get flagged for things.
I'm going to put mature content on YouTube right now. I just put mature.
Okay. Did we get sued yet or what? No,
not
yet?
sued. Well, not
Okay.
not Draw.
Okay, it's coming. It's coming.
Yes.
Not trying. It's on the way. It's on the way. We're getting more and more listeners each week, and we know that somebody's going to hear it. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Randy. I'm hanging out here. It is currently Tuesday morning as we record, the 23rd of April. 24th, tomorrow, I'm actually going in for a little bit of a procedure on my thyroid. Finally getting this thyroid. I have this hyperthyroidism thing, which is terrible. It's been kind of, put a pause on a lot of things in my life for the last couple of years, but it doesn't stop me from doing things either. But I am going to be as radioactive as Mr. Burns, and I am definitely not going to be able to be bringing anybody peace and love for about 4 to 5 days. I'll tell you, Randy, the worst part about all of this is that I got to take my dog to go be with my brother for a week, and I'm going to be feeling probably sick as hell. And I don't have my dog hanging out with me because, unfortunately, anything I touch over the next 4 to 5 days will become radioactive as well. Randy, what type of bullshit is this that I literally stared at an eclipse and I'm going to be radioactive and I will come out of this with zero superpowers whatsoever?
Only word of advice I can give to you as a father of four: if this is happening to you, wear gloves while you pee. I don't know, Mr. Radioactive Man. I don't know. I'm sorry you have to go through this.
I'm not. I'm happy. Dude, I am so I'm thrilled. I wish this happened a long time ago. I really did. So that it's finally happening now. It's like, trust me, it sounds I'm excited. I'm happy about it. I am ready to go. I am ready. Well, oh God, that sounds terrible. That sounds almost as terrible as when I saw my specialist before this procedure. And the way he explained it to me is, Eric, we can't heal you. And I was like, well, that means death generally. Not let's get you up for a procedure that's going to heal you 100%. So yeah, it's I'm excited, man. I'm ready for this. I am ready to go.
Well, then fine. Fuck you. I take my fucking sorry for you back. So, but like my
Don't-
doctor says, they can,
Don't cry for me, Randy. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good, brother.
like my doctor says to me, they can build you bigger, faster, stronger. But in our cases, they're lying. So, but
Dude, I'm gonna be running around like Peter Griffin as like the $1,000 man. I'm gonna have a bucket as a foot. I'm gonna have like a gouache as another foot. It's gonna be a really interesting time for sure. Randy,
well, you go, you the $1,000 man. You go to Mexico. Are you talking 1,000 peso? But yeah, yeah, it's pretty criminal.
I miss Mexico so much, man. I'll tell you, there's a couple of different reasons why. I went to the LSBO the other day and I was like, yes, my favorite tequila. It's there, Adictivo, $155 a bottle in Mexico. That would be a solid $56 Canadian. So when I saw that, I was like, damn. And then also, I got to go see a dentist later today, which is going to be a solid $400 to $500. In Mexico, we're talking about like a solid $40 to $50. So also, it was like, maybe I should just get on a plane. Get on a plane, Randy. But no, I'm good. Randy, how was your week?
My week was very boring. Yeah, a couple of things just came up. So I more or less lied in bed staring at the walls, yelling at shadows. So I have two new best friends. I call them Carmen and Pee Wee. And yeah, because the weirdest thing with what's going on with my back right now and the way my room is set up, I can't lie looking at the TV. So literally I have to lie looking at the wall. So as smart as I am, actually, my kid is pretty much more brilliant than I am. So that doesn't say much. But he's like, here, Dad, I got a mirror from my room. And then you'll just put it on the wall and then you can look at the TV.
Yeah.
And then he goes, guess what? I got a perfect show that we should watch. It's about social media. And I'm like, what's that? And he's like, I'm going to introduce you to The Circle. And boy, that was stupid. But have you ever watched The Circle there, Eric?
Okay, so the circle came out originally during pandemic times. So during pandemic times, everything was being watched. There was that show, and then there was, I think it was a Too Hot to Handle that came out at the same time, and I was pretty religiously into both of them at that point. I've definitely fallen off. I think that we're on like season 6 at this point. I'm probably fallen off about 3 seasons ago, but I thought it was an interesting concept during that time. I don't know about now when we can also, go out and socialize and be normal human beings and also just like talk to people and maybe not do online dating and stuff like that. I don't know if it fits into today's world.
Yeah, let's give the premise of the show to the people. If you haven't watched The Circle, it's when like 9 people are put into separate apartments And the only way they don't see each other and they don't verbally talk to each other, but the only way that they do that is like a Facebook profile and chats. Now, within the people that are in these houses, there are 2 to 3 what they call catfish. So it could be they're not the people who they're saying they are. So it could be a female playing as male, a male playing as female. It could be anything else. And in general, the way to win the game is stay in the game as long as you can and get voted to win. Now, comparably to the years gone before and to this season, I'm going to give you a little spoiler there, Eric.
Yeah.
They introduced something new into the game. And it proves that they're going to take over the world. They introduce AI as a catfish. Now, all these people in these apartments love the AI, and the AI is a super genius and put these people to rest. That's all I got to say. Within the first 3 episodes. So, but yeah, that was my week.
No, that sounds literally terrible. I mean, every season on that show, they try to introduce something new to make it interesting, just like they do in most reality shows. I think the only show that hasn't really done that every single year is Survivor, and now they're on like season 32 or something. They're just going strong. They're going to keep on going strong. But yeah, Randy is definitely not endorsing the circle. If anything, he is protesting the circle and saying, "Do not watch it," or maybe make up your own mind. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm not very good with predicting or knowing other people's likes and dislikes. So maybe not listening to me is definitely the way to go.
Well, I think dislikes is definitely going to be a strong theme for today's Draw Straws review. So before we quickly jump into that, let me just talk about one last thing that I disliked about this week. I finally watched X-Men 97. And all I can say is fuck you guys for killing Gambit. I'm definitely not watching anymore.
Spoiler alert.
No, listen, everybody knows it at this point. I'm the only one that doesn't know. So as soon as that happened, episode 5, oh my God, I lost it. I was like, I'm really enjoying this. This is great. And then that happened. And then life is different for me now.
Sacre Blue, eh? Sacre Blue, the Gambit is deceased. I apologize. Yes. When we were talking personally outside of this, and you're saying, "Oh yeah, Gambit's my favorite," I was like, "Oh, you're gonna be disappointed."
Yeah, Gambit's always been my favorite, man. Honestly, I thought his hair was a little bit too ridiculous in the series for sure. It was just absolutely out of control. For whatever reason, this series, I'm liking a lot of it, but then I'm looking at these new character designs, and I'm like, man, why does Magneto got to be like kind of as Metro Magneto as possible, right? Like this is definitely Metro Magneto as he can possibly be. Anyways, Randy, let's stop talking about other stuff. We have other shows for that. We're not the biggest nerds on the network, but we are nerds. As you can see on YouTube, I've got a bunch of toys behind me signed by all of my favorite wrestling superstars. So yes, I am a bit of a nerd. Mark, so to speak? Yeah, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. How's it going? Okay, well, Randy, should we talk about Monday Night Raw?
Let's do it.
Are you sure, man? Do we have to?
Yeah, dude, it'll be very quick.
Okay, because this was, I honestly feel like it would be, because as I was watching this show, I was like, man, this is definitely 3 hours long. You can definitely feel the 3-hour length. There's many times these past weeks when we've been like, this 3 hours flew by, incredible wrestling, incredible promos. We got very little of any of that in tonight's episode, and this is what we would, come to expect really, as we are 1 week away from the draft here. There's a lot that is up in the air, and a lot is going to change there. So why really get in too deep into the storylines? We are coming from Columbus, Ohio. Randy, oh my God, like I said, what are we going to do on this show? We're going to open up the show with main event Jey Uso, because he's down since day 1-ish, but it's still him, Uso. Anyways, Uso is there. He's there to go. We are a couple weeks away from WrestleMania Backlash, big main event, and Jey Uso will challenge Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. Randy, is that main event worthy on a pay-per-view? I mean, like PLE, whatever you want to call it. I know it's a B-list PLE, but is that definitely something that is potentially main event worthy.
Definitely on this B-rated, like you just said it, like B-rated. I think so. We're not going to see The Rock. We're not going to see. We're not even going to see Cody Rhodes.
I don't think we're going to see Cody. No, I don't think so.
Definitely not Seth. So like, definitely not Rhea. So it has to. Like, does it deserve? It has to.
Yeah, exactly. Oh well, Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are there to open up the show as well. That's one of the that's another reason why this is going to be like a B level or C level Raw when the commentators have to open it up
In the ring,
and tell you how exciting the show is going to be. We're going to have a new women's world champion in a battle royal. Oh my God, guys, if you listen to the show, you know how much I detest and hate these types of thrown together random matches. Battle royal for the championship. My God, Randy, I get it. We're 1 week away from the draft. We have to shake things up anyways. We don't know where that title is going, and whoever wins tonight might not be holding it for a long period of time.
Here's a quick question for you, though.
Is there any way to do this better? That's my first question for you.
Okay, any way to do it better? Yeah, tournament. Yeah. You could lead a tournament to going into the pay-per-view.
Please.
But here's the question, because they do say it in this in the episode. Who was the last person to win a WWE title on a Battle Royal?
That's a good question.
El Gigante. There you go. Now, how excited are you people for the main event tonight? That's all I got to say.
Oh my God. Well, as soon as that reference is dropped, Randy just went nuts. He was like, "Oh my God, he's almost as much as a favorite as the U.S. Express."
Whoa. You get me while I'm grumpy, eh? Good stuff there.
Grumpy stuff. Randy over there is going to get a little bit enraged. You can see him raging. If you're here on YouTube, you can see the rage going on currently. He's got bananas coming out of his ears.
Yep, that's it.
No? Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, Jey Uso is going to be the next world champion. Yeet. All right. QJD McDonough. So Uso throws a super kick, which hits Priest instead. McDonough begs for forgiveness as Uso leaves. Okay. No one's excited for this match. Is there any time to build it up? Not really. Does it make any sense? Yeah, it's there. But it's not. That belt isn't going anywhere. This match will be entertaining. Jey Uso, actually, to his credit, in all the matches that he's done very, very well and been entertaining and has filled that spot. I just don't know if main event on that card is something that makes sense. But like you said, Randy, who else do they have?
Yeah. Funny little thing. Damian Priest, I don't like talking so much. They do go on a little story, and he was like acting very facey, I guess you could say. Yes. They talk about their times before a year and a half ago that they were best friends drinking in the bar. The line of the night was Jey Uso, "Well, I took an Uber." So I popped when he said that because he even laughed a little. I don't even think Damien was thinking of it too, so he gave a little chuckle. Yeah, hyping it up. Then JD coming in and doing that mixed kick, little turmoil, like even realistically within Judgment Day, that you're seeing going on, a little splitsy dooey, right? So, but we'll see a little more later. It was what it was.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We don't know what the plans would have been if Rhea didn't get injured. It seemed like they wanted to keep this power couple together. They wanted to keep the Judgment Day together, keep them strong. Maybe Finn was going to take some time off. But now with this change, who knows? Maybe Priest is going to turn into some type of face champion. I thought the exact same thing as he was talking. It was just a lot of camaraderie and stuff like that for somebody who's supposed to be a heel champ.
Yeah.
So Damian Priest, we're not going to judge his title reign until the end of it all, because I feel like that's justified for all these champions. But as of right now, I'm not sure if it has. It doesn't have the same effect that it did when he cashed in, for sure. When he cashed in, there was a lot of excitement. Right now, it's tough, right? Matter of circumstances. His top girl goes down. I mean, Rhea made him look a lot stronger, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Randy's faves coming up. It is DIY versus Awesome Truth. Randy loves the DIY theme song. He tells me all the time in the group chat. He's just crazy about that new theme song.
Fuck
He
him.
doesn't want the old one. Randy is super grumpy today. Oh my god. Honestly, guys, the more that we see R-Truth wrestle each week, we're like, okay, there's a little bit of, some slowness there in the ring. He's not exactly where he should be for the division for a champ, as far as, the top tag team goes in the division. He is a comedy spot wrestler. He's amazing, don't get me wrong, for his age. Incredible, incredible dude. But this match is okay, right? I'm just gonna say this match is just kind of a medium, a little sloppy. DIY looks good in it. I think those belts really deserve to be on DIY eventually. Maybe we're saving that for Backlash, but R-Truth and The Miz pick up the win here with a assisted skull crushing finale, and that's it for the match. Like I said, an okay match, nothing to write home about.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was what it was too. I guess you find a little more afterwards. R-Truth making everybody laugh. He's definitely over. The crowd was definitely into R-Truth on this aspect. Doing all the John Cena signature spots as usual. Johnny Gargano.
It's a safe move set, right? And
Yeah,
that's what makes sense for it at this point in his career.
Johnny Gargano definitely putting over and like shaking hands and trying to be best friends with the Miz and R-Truth going on. I like the gear, the DIY DX gear that they had on for this day. That was pretty good. Ohio loves DIY because of the Ohio partnership on that aspect of it. That's where he's from.
You got it.
The crowd did definitely like this match, but yeah, it was what it was. It was okay.
I would actually go to say that Gargano is probably more over in Toronto than he is in Ohio.
It's close. It's really, really close. He spent so much time here in the indie time. And I went and saw him everywhere. Real nice dude. Gentleman. Like, if anybody's a wrestler's wrestler, it is him. Like, he loves wrestling. He breathes, eats, sleeps wrestling. And he has a lot of similarities to me. So that guy, yeah, Ohio and Toronto is definitely his spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. We definitely love us. Well, I'm in the Toronto area too, so we definitely love us some Gargano around here. Spent a lot of time on the indie scene, Smash Wrestling, all over the place. He was definitely all over the place. Same with Candace. Same with the Poison Pixie.
Fourth gun. Are you gonna talk about what happens after this match, though?
Of course, we're gonna talk about what happens after this match, because post-match, Tommaso Ciampa is not happy and he will not shake hands. Listen, Gargano's like, let's shake some hands. And Ciampa's like, no, bro, I'm not shaking anybody's hands. Maybe we're going to see some Blackheart action going on here, Randy, which I would be completely down with.
Tommaso Ciampa turning Candice and Indy into Johnny and Ciampa. Like, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, not now, man. It's only been, what, a month and a half they've been together and on TV and going on the run. Please, not.
Yeah, we don't have to go all the way there. But I don't mind the fact that he's not okay with losing. And maybe he's going to hold like a higher standard and he doesn't want to lose anymore, and that's going to bring out the better of them. And I do think that those belts are going to eventually be on DIY. It just has to happen at the right time.
100%.
And tonight would not have been the right time. Tonight is definitely just this is a transition show. Honestly, you don't want to talk about like transitional titles and stuff like this. This is a transitional episode of Monday Night Raw.
100%. 100%.
Backstage, we got the Judgment Day and the namesake of the Judgment Day, JD himself. JD McDonough begs Damian Priest for forgiveness. He says, "Forgiveness, please." No, he does not say that. But then Dominic Mysterio comes in. He's banged up. He can't wrestle tonight. Oh, man. But guess what? He's got another random Mexican to replace him. It's Santos Escobar. I just love that out of nowhere. He's like, interchangeable Latino. Let's go. Latino super friends. We are good to go.
That's it.
The rest of the team really isn't into it. And quite frankly, were you into it either when you heard about it? I mean, I know that Sal was into it.
Yeah, 100%. 100% he was.
Sal Greco, as soon as he saw that, man, shout out to Sal Greco for listening. Thank you so much. As soon as he saw that, man, he was definitely excited, thrilled to say the least. Here is Gunther. Finally, it's been a little while since we've seen our beloved Gunther. He's here with Imperium. He talks about elevating the Intercontinental title to heights that it's never seen before, and he's left a target on his back, which brings him to talk about his next title that he is aiming for, Randy, and that is the King of the Ring Tournament Champion. My God, why? I was like, damn. As soon as I heard Gunther say King of the Ring, I was like, oh man. Nobody's been taken seriously as the King of the Ring in a very, very long time, dude. What are we talking about here? Like King Xavier Woods, King Baron Corbin. Like, when's the last time that a King of the Ring has been taken seriously? King Nakamura. Come on, Randy. Like,
Bret
Gunther
Hart.
deserves
Well,
better.
who's after Bret Hart?
I don't listen. It's
It's
nobody's
irrelevant.
been. It's
Owen Hart
irrelevant.
was. Yeah,
It's been
Owen.
irrelevant after Brett. Let's just
Mm.
completely say that right now.
Owen Hart.
Because
Owen Hart is irrelevant after Owen Hart.
fair enough.
Okay.
But it hasn't really adjusted anybody's career too
No.
much beyond the Hart brothers, right? Like nobody has gotten any push from this. It's just been seen as, listen, we don't even have a pay-per-view for this anymore. This is just going to be done at what, Crown Jewel?
Oh no, it's actually King and Queen of the Ring, Saudi Arabia. That's
Oh,
what they
terrible.
named it.
Awful. Okay, so it
The
doesn't-
disappointment in Eric's eyes.
In my opinion, it doesn't count. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
saying that right now, because if we're doing the Saudi Arabia pay-per-views are super shows, right? They've never felt really like that ultimate pay-per-view for me, especially Crown Jewel, especially with the giant, Battle Royal Rumble, whatever you want to call it. But whatever. Speaking about people who haven't gotten any push from winning, here comes Xavier Woods, and he's there to say, he's going to become a 2-time King of the Ring. Waha, amazing. Gunther is a usurper. I loved when he said that. That's great, but I do not love this angle at all, and I absolutely hate that Gunther is being pushed into this position.
Current King of the Ring, Xavier Woods, calling out the Ring General. Yeah, no. That's no.
Xavier
Good.
Woods, the only man. Sorry, let's put it like this. So, the New Day, right? Everybody in the New Day has reached the mountaintop. Big E, WWE Heavyweight Champion. Kofi Kingston, Kofi Mania was a success. WWE Heavyweight Champion. Lost it in 8 seconds to Brock Lesnar, but that's okay. That was a Fox decision. King Woods, that's what he got. That's what you get. Everybody else gets titles. You don't even get a friggin' Intercontinental title run.
Up,
That's
up,
it.
down, down. That's probably out of most of the AEW titles. That's definitely way above some of them, right? Come on. That is something. What are you talking?
Listen, it's worth more than the FTW championship, that's for sure, and
100%.
probably the Continental championship too.
Maybe.
Who would want to have an Intercontinental championship when you could have a Continental championship?
That's
Who
right.
would want to have a nice breakfast when you could have a nice muffin and tea instead for the road?
Speaking
All
about
right.
tea. Speaking about tea.
Speaking about tea, it's Imperium versus the New Day. Imperium versus the New Day here in a tag team match. That is Ludwig Kaiser, Giovanni Vinci versus Kofi Kingston and King Xavier Woods. King Woods, as you would like to call him. He's incredible. He's amazing. Oh, God. Again, Randy, I don't know what's going on with tonight's matches. We just don't really have much going on. And this match definitely goes into that category of not that much going on. Our good friend Ludwig Kaiser continues to look great in the ring, as he always does. But really, this match doesn't have too much substance to it. It is setting up for what is happening after the match, which I think a lot of our matches tonight were, that's kind of the plan of the night, really, is to set up the storyline afterwards and not have that great of a match. Because this match wasn't that great. Imperium Bomb is broken up for the up, up, down, down, as Randy favorite tag team title belt, whatever you want to call it, toy belt, something you made and purchased yourself. That finishes the match here with underneath 10 minutes to go. Like I said, whatever. This match is absolutely mid. But after the match, bit of a shocker, a bit of a surprise when Ludwig Kaiser, Gunther just looks absolutely disappointed. So Kaiser takes it into his own hands and beats down Vinci. Randy, is this the end of Imperium?
This just in, WWE news release of the week. Vinci. No, I'm playing. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate this happened because I like Imperium. I don't want this to be the way.
They just had action figures come out too. Literally,
Yeah,
Ludwig
no.
Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci in Imperium gear just got their basics out. So
It's we like Imperium too much, so I think we're being a little biased, right? So, but yeah, I guess you have to mix up something. Rumor is that Mr. Dragunov might be coming soon, so maybe this is leading into it. So I don't know, but poor Vinci, man, that's all I gotta say. You work so hard, you work and work and work. You work the New Day 156 times in 26 days, and they kick you out. I guess you only can lose so much. But good for Kaiser, I guess. Good for Gunther. Yeah, we knew this was coming. How many times have they teased this going in and out, though? That's all.
No, exactly. Vinci is on his way back to NXT. They're going to make him grow hair again. He's going to be something completely new.
He's going to be part of the Tony D'Angelo FBI, whatever the gang, the mob.
Jonathan Vinciani is all elite.
There you go.
Jonathan Vinciani is all elite.
Wow.
New champion in AEW. World title holder.
There you go.
Sorry, everybody out there. I'm not trying to make fun of your beloved AEW. It is incredible, as we all know it is. But you know what? I mean, this episode of Raw was, as I was watching it, I was like, do we really talk so much crap about AEW? And then this is what we're watching this week. Come on, man.
Exactly. It was worse than a Jericho Hook match. That's all I gotta say. Okay,
Yo,
keep going.
there you go. What a terrible match idea. Seriously. All right. Andrade is there and he's recapping his issues essay with the Judgment Day, saying that he is no one's servant. Now he is their biggest problema. He doesn't say that, but he's there and he's Andrade, and apparently he's continuing to be built up. Quickly just go back to this New Day Imperium match. New Day also, they finally get a win here, but what's going on with the New Day, man? Like, what is really like the plan here for the New Day? Do they even look like they're potential threats for the tag team titles at this point, or what?
Stepping stone. They are afloat. Everybody still likes them though, right? So yeah. I like them. We like them. Are they good? Are they face? Are they heel? Like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, they change every week.
Absolutely. All right. Quick look at the UK tour, and here is Drew McIntyre to sit down. McIntyre instantly says, "Don't shoot up my kilt, you perv." That is pretty funny. If we go back to a few weeks ago with his slip up, or slip out, whatever you want to call it, so to speak. The CM Punk chant starts going, which Drew is just not a fan of. He does not like it, but he says that they French kiss their sisters. Fans are doing the what chant. He is all about it. He talks about CM Punk cost him everything at WrestleMania, and here comes his good buddy Sheamus. Fella, he's on his way. He's coming to the ring. It is Fight Night. Fight Night. Randy, are you? Yeah, never mind. I'll ask you in a second. Anyways, they've traveled to the world together. They've had some points together. They've had banger after banger after banger. And you know what? The best thing that I heard, like as he was saying that, I can just see Sheamus being like, "We've had burger after burger after burger together." Oh, poor Sheamus. No, Sheamus is there. Sheamus even makes a quick comment about the whole weight situation, right? And he says, "I can lose my weight, but you can't lose your stupid." Oh, burn, buddy. That's the biggest burn that you've ever heard tonight on Monday Night Raw. No?
Yeah.
All right, I don't think so. But we've done this before, and here is Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. If they are going to wrestle together, we know we're going to get a good match, and we are going to get a banger and a banger and a banger of a match if these two fight. Or, as we would like to say, fight.
That's it. No, definitely 100%. This is what I'm looking forward to. Let this again. Banger after burger, whatever. I'll have a burger after the banger. That has whatever. But yes, I definitely would look forward to. This is where Drew should be fighting. this is where Sheamus should be fighting as well, because we all remember the Gunther Drew Sheamus match from before, and this is something we can see once every 4 months and really, really enjoy. So yes, I'm looking
Absolutely. Good friends, like to go hard at each other. Everybody ends up with bruises, and everybody in the crowd ends up happy. Nobody's going to the bathroom during these matches. So give us more and more of them. We love them. We like them around here.
That's right.
Shinsuke is coming to the ring, and he's going to take on Sheamus.
Speaking about not good friends. No, I'm playing.
Speaking about bad angles. No, here comes Shinsuke. This actually is a really good match. I actually like this match probably more than anything that I saw on the card tonight. These two are going hard against each other. Also, Sheamus clearly listened to the fans online, and he's like, you know what? I'm bringing back my trunks. Forget these shorts. And he instantly looked like I don't know, it's just me, Randy, but it instantly looked like the guy lost 25 pounds when he was just changed that gear up a little bit. Just a little tweak. Just a little tweak.
All good, yes.
I don't really care. Honestly, I'm the same way when it was with Gunther or Walter, right? When Walter was like a big tank, man, that guy could hit, right? And it was believable. So Sheamus having just a little bit of extra, haggis belly or whatever you want to call it on him, I'm completely down with that. I want to see these guys just smash the hell out of each other. And yeah, Sheamus definitely smashed the hell out of Nakamura in this match, and Nakamura definitely did it to Sheamus as well. I do see a little repetitiveness when I'm like, are they really going to go for another super white noise 2 weeks in a row? And guess what? They did, and he hit it 2 weeks in a row. And I was like, this is interesting.
Speaking about tanks, like what the hell is happening to Shinsuke Nakamura's career? This is terrible. You could feed him anybody else. Like, come on, man. I don't care if you put even Otis in there. Why does poor Shinsuke have to get fed to everybody? Who's next for Shinsuke? Tozawa? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell is going on? I don't know where Shinsuke's contract's at or whatever it may be, but come on, man. Like, Shinsuke, I love you, buddy. Like, I really, really do. But this is WWE. Come on, do something with this guy.
Yeah, they don't care, man. I feel like at this point they had the most fire that they had with him is the whole Cody Rhodes angle. Yep. There was no way he could have beat Cody Rhodes, so you backed him into a corner at that position, and then after that he just kept losing and losing and losing. So he's just going to keep on losing, but he is on TV. He's getting paid. He is getting paid each week to do it. He takes the loss here to a bro kick from Sheamus. Sheamus picks up another win, continuing the Fight Night tour. And like I said, I think this is probably the best match that we got tonight, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, probably. And yeah, most definitely.
In my honest opinion, Randy. Yeah.
But man, fuck, man. Shinsuke. Come on, man. I don't know. I'm getting tired of this.
Wait, Randy. Are you saying that somebody that won the King of the Ring doesn't have an illustrious career after the fact? Fuck that. That's bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
The King of the Ring elevates everybody to where they need to go in the last 20 years.
Yeah. I don't know. This is where I'm disappointed. WWE definitely disappointed on you dropping the ball with Shinsuke. Sorry.
Yeah, and a few other things like Monday Night Raw this week. Yes. Entirely. Yeah. Especially after last week, especially after Montreal, especially after how great of a show we got. Come on, man.
That's right.
Anyways, talking about Montreal and last week, here's Sami Zayn quickly talking about, a recap here, defeating Chad Gable, saying that he's angry, he's hurt, he's biting his tongue, but he'll be listening for Gable's explanation later tonight. Bronson Reed comes onto the screen and says, "You got bigger problems to deal with, buddy." And you know what? He's not wrong, because Bronson Reed is a big man, and he jumps him right then and there and pounces him and eats him. No, we don't see Sami Zayn afterwards, so it's not possible that he was
Pout! Sorry.
but he definitely got pout. Right?
Pout!
He definitely pounced him right into like the you've got the storage crates always just nicely positioned in place. It's always good, man. Those storage crates, you take a nice fall on those. A little bit
Yeah.
better than a cement floor, that's for sure, in my opinion.
Our commentator table will find out later tonight. But go ahead.
Hey, commentator table. What's going on there, Randy? Here's Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy for a chat. I am excited for this. I've been looking forward to this since the end of the show last week. Quick little throwback to the Pat McAfee show, and Sir Charles Barkley himself is talking about pro wrestling. He is wanting to know what Chad Gable. He's like, why did Chad Gable do it? Let me know. Why did you do that to Sami Zayn? Anyways, Gable says Zayn is having a rough week, but this is what he did to Sami Zayn. It was entirely justified. He then goes through the members of Alpha Academy, picks them apart one by one. Akira Tozawa for all of his losing, Maxine Dupree for being, well, stupid, and Otis as well for all of his shortcomings. He makes them all promise that they'll do whatever they have to do to help him get the Intercontinental title. And they shockingly agree, even though begrudgingly, Otis agrees. Otis, obviously going to be the first one that tries to turn on Gable and stop him in this new Alpha Academy. This whole time, Randy, I'm just waiting for the Creed brothers to run in and attack Otis and Tozawa. Were you waiting for the same thing?
That's the rumor. Yeah, when that is going to form the new Kurt Angle. What were they called? What was the faction
Team
called?
Angle?
Team Angle, yes. Sorry about that.
Team Gable.
Yeah, so Team Gable. That's the rumor, but it's unfortunate. Like, don't get me wrong, Gable looked like a star in this aspect of it. But poor Otis, man, his right-hand man, like bigger than Heavy Machinery's right-hand man.
Yes.
Nobody remembers the other dude's name. I don't right now, but yes. Why are you putting your right-hand man down? He's been with you, left, right, and center. Maxine Dupree, yes, it's fine. You can put down a little, but you know what? She's overcoming her losses and the negativity that she is getting online, and which is good, right? There should never be bullying online. But in turn, Gable, the emergence of Gable and the heel Gable or the bad guy, I like this. His road to getting, and you heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen, Chad Gable will win the Intercontinental belt. But if he doesn't, then you didn't hear it from here at all. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this. This is one thing I did enjoy.
You heard it from Randy. He gave you the Meltzer special. It may happen, folks. It may happen.
But if it doesn't, don't come back.
His sources are telling him right now.
Maybe.
Potentially. All right, so we're going on to the next match here, folks. But yeah, I mean, quick point about Otis. If Otis does turn heel along with Gable, he is definitely going to be the best right-hand heel man as well. Otis as a heel just seems dominating, honestly.
Put him in a tie. Put him in a tie.
All right, Dominic Mysterio is here in his slingaroo, and he comes up to Ricochet, who cuts him off. He doesn't want to hear Mysterio's threats. Ricochet is going to be teaming up with his best friend Andrade tonight to be taking on Judgment Day's JD McDonough and Santos Escobar. And guess what, folks? That match is next. And
Surprise.
It's incredible. And it's amazing. No, this match, it definitely gives you the most spots of the night for sure, right? As far as your flippies, as far as your moves, as far as, these guys all look really good in the ring together. To Santos Escobar's credit as well, I'm saying people aren't really that excited about him. Santos Escobar is a really good worker. Just the character development isn't there, in my opinion. I think that a lot of Latino workers have that unfortunate saddling of, your entire character base is going to be based on you being Latino. For a little while, it seems like they've avoided that with Damian Priest, right? He kind of just drops it in every now and then. But for everybody else, Randy, tell me that their entire character isn't based on them being Latino.
100%. And it's very stereotypical. Escobar is a fine wrestler, but WWE for some reason, and unless your name is Rey Mysterio or Eddie Guerrero, if you're a Latino wrestler, you can't win more than 30% of the time, which makes the character look weak, right? So Escobar should be up there, like the LWO should be up there beating people down, beating Judgment Day, beating Lashley's group. Like if it happened, like, you know what I mean? They should be beating factions because LWO, it's a good gimmick. It's a good name. Latino World Order, gimmick off of NWO. So why can't Escobar or any of the Latin American descent people get a win rate over 30% to make them a little more competitive? I guess it is. I don't care. I don't care about being stereotypical. Like with every character, it doesn't make a difference. You can put being stereotypical into it, but you have to give them the backbone or the strength or the ability to win. And when you're seeing week after week after week that not happening, and you're facing the same people or facing the same type of group, it's never going to work.
Yeah, and it's either stereotypical or it's just the mindset. It's like, for whatever reason, you always see these feuds involving, two Latino workers as well. It's like we can't just have like I don't know, man. It's weird. It really is weird to me. Andrade versus Dominic right now being the one, right? Which is definitely there. To your point, that LWO gimmick, it has some history. It has some nostalgia. People like it. You don't only have to be Latino to like it as well. So they should be getting some decent wins over some other non-Latin factions.
Right.
Because Judgment Day is, they've kind of turned it into that position too, where it's a heavily Latino faction. Even Rhea is speaking Spanish and Finn is speaking Spanish because he has a Latino wife. So why wouldn't he speak the language that he knows? I like it. In a certain extent, I like it. And to a certain extent too, I'm like, yeah, don't want to see it repeat itself over and over again. Anyways, heading towards the end of the match here, which is a good match. Don't get me wrong. Andrade knocks McDonough down off the rope. Escobar snaps off a super hurricanrana to send Ricochet right onto McDonough. Andrade grabs the shadow to finish McDonough. 12 minutes short of the match. Like I said, this match had its moments. It was definitely the most athletic match of the night and definitely gave you your most showcase of, well, that type of wrestling and what we've come to know as well as what is it? A heavy influence of Latino wrestling, luchador style.
It sucked. Sorry. I don't know. I didn't like it. I apologize.
I mean, there's not a lot to like about tonight. We'll just put it like that, right? There's not a lot to like about tonight. Andrade continues to get some sort of push. I don't know what they're pushing him towards. Again, it seems like they're probably pushing him towards King of the Ring. Right? Like, what else is there for that type of upper mid card talent? And again, that's why Gunther just does not belong in that King of the Ring tournament at all. Like, I've always seen that as somebody who needs to be elevated. Even Brett and Owen, before they won, they needed to continue to be elevated at that moment in time. Gunther doesn't need that. He's already there. He's already at the top. He could already be the top heel. He could already be, somebody who is in that title picture, not necessarily going for it, but a potential threat for it for the next 6 months, and then maybe going for it at a big pay-per-view, right?
Next 666 days.
You got it, brother. Randy with the 666 reference, sign of the devil for Randy. Shout, Randy. Shout.
Hey.
Shout at the devil.
Shout.
Randy is shouting at the devil just like he was shouting at his screen when he had to see a video package on Zoe Stark and how Zoe Stark is going to become the new Women's World Champion. Oh, Jesus Christ, Randy.
Insert that little kid in the back of the car. Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Insert bullshit line here.
Yeah.
Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are also being asked about all of this, and then Liv Morgan is there, and Nia Jax is there, and Becky Lynch is there, And she walks towards the ring into Maxine Dupree and tells her, "You do what you do best." And I'm like, all right, so that's like maybe doing one move and falling to the ground and hopefully falling out of the ring. That's Maxine Dupree's best talent in the ring.
No, lose.
Yeah, just lose. Just lose. Lynch is going back walking, and she says she'll be waiting for Rhea Ripley whenever she comes back. Poor Becky Lynch as this match is started. Okay, so listen, as soon as the injury happened, and then as soon as they announced that this match was going to happen, I was like, poor Becky Lynch is not going to get her time off that she wanted.
Nope. The book tour has to stick to the 2 days. That's what you do when you're a champ. You got to step up. So, yeah, Becky Lynch, the man, working 7 days a week.
She has to. She has to, because let's quickly go over who's in this battle royal, because there's a lot of, oh man, I was getting messages last night from people and they were like, there is just a lot of crap in this ring right now. And I have to agree. I'm like, I get it. Battle royal, fantastic. But why do we have to put everybody in there? Becky Lynch, Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, Zoe Stark, Natalya, Caden Carter, Katana Chance, Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, Ivy Nile, and Maxine Dupree. 90% of who's in this ring doesn't deserve to even be sniffing the title, let alone having the potential opportunity to win it tonight. So, Andy, as soon as I saw the image come on screen before the match, I was like, oh my God, we have to watch this.
Yeah, we had to. No Nikki Cross, but she's been doing like house shows too. So, which I found weird. You can put Maxine, and don't get me wrong, I see where during this battle royal they do have an angle with Maxine, so it's fine. This story was written right.
They could really care less about Nikki Cross and her whole gimmick of just standing and staring into nothingness at this point in time. What happened to that? That's been gone for like at least 2 months now.
But if you're throwing piles into piles, why didn't you throw just more? Because there's only 14 people in this. But go definitely explain the match, because
No, you're absolutely right, and that's the best way to explain this match. It's for a vacant title. It's just thrown together, and you're just throwing piles on piles. You're just like, hey, let's throw some more trash in here real quickly. Here comes Natalya. Fantastic. Oh man, as soon as I saw Natalya, I just instantly all of my excitement and joy that I had left in my body, not about Monday Night Raw, but just about life in general, completely left. And I'm sorry, Natalya, because you've been great. You have been great, but you definitely are not great tonight, and you don't fit in there tonight either. Same with Chance and Carter. I'm like, what is going on here, Randy? They're getting to clean some house until Baszler and Stark get rid of the both of them. Again, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, they're probably like the best like tag team opponents for that title belt on Monday Night Raw, but as single titles holder, please God, no. Nia Jax is also there. She's doing the eliminations. Of course, they're going to continue to tease, with Piper and Nia, the same trope that they always do with big men, big women in this case, Randy, and that is, there's no way that they can get them out of the ring. They're far too large.
Yeah, but they did.
Guess how? Guess how? They worked together. Oh, just imagine one time, Randy. Just one time. Like the elimination to one of those types of opponents is not done by like multiple people, and it's just done like cleanly. You just throw them out of the ring.
Or the big guy, yeah, just like the 70-person battle royal, and the big guy just eliminates all 69.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Do the opposite.
But it's never, ever, ever worked that way, and it never will happen that way. Anyways, Randy wanted to talk about the announce table, and here we go. Piper Niven loads up the announcer's table, but stops to pull Nia Jax onto the outside. That's fine with Nia Jax, who choke slams and very sloppy onto Lynch. As this is going on, Natalya eliminates Green, but the referee misses it. Much to the way of Randy, because Randy is pushing for Chelsea Green this entire match, right?
100% now explain at the end of the match why.
It has to be Chelsea Green, but it's not Chelsea Green. It's not. Becky Lynch comes over and she's wearing her heavily Anheuser-Busch Budweiser inspired gear. Am I the only one that is getting that reference?
Yes.
Really? Because she
Yeah.
looks like a bottle of beer.
Okay.
And go look at a bottle of Budweiser and tell me that's not what Becky Lynch's gear is.
Yeah.
Tell me it's not. It is Randy.
It's like our
I'm
both.
as pissed as Randy was. Pissed as Randy was at the start of the show. Anyways, Natalya also gets knocked the hell out, leaving us with Morgan, Jax, Stark, Baszler, all at the end of it with Becky Lynch. Jax punches Stark and Baszler out as Lynch is pulling her back into the ring. Everyone's favorite Liv Morgan is there also. Randy, listen, if you were a betting man before the start of the match, who would your money have gone on to?
Chelsea
Gotta ask you
Green.
that before I get
Chelsea Green. But we'll talk about it at the end of the match.
Randy is happy losing all of his money to the bettors, apparently. He is completely good with that. Anyways, at the end here, we are down to Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. Thank God it's not going to be Nia Jax, because I thought that was something they were going to do there for a little while. Liv Morgan pulls her through the ropes, same apron. They fight over a suplex. That doesn't work. It's a manhandle slam to give Becky Lynch the win and the title. Just short of 23 minutes here of the match, which I honestly, as I'm watching this match, I thought it was at least 40 minutes long. It was slow. It was boring. I do want to give some quick shout outs to some amazing work that I saw in the match by some of the newbies of the Raw roster. Ivy Nile, that spot that she took from Nia Jax to get eliminated, getting swung into the post like that was nasty. I loved that bump. It was great. It made the match more enjoyable for me. And Maxine Dupree for throwing a pretty nice looking kick and a decent looking boot before she was eliminated. So
there you go. Those are good, definite honorable mentions, I guess you'll say. To me, this thing was a big pile of steam and something, but yeah, the wrong person win. They couldn't even pull poor Becky. That's all I gotta say. When she got put on the announce table and then Piper did the 2 moves and the announce table doesn't break. Then Nia did the other one, the announce table didn't break. It took them to go to a commercial to say, "Hey, Corey, pull the pins," and then she gets put through the table. Like, why did Becky have to get this, right? She just lost to Rhea. It doesn't make sense to me on that aspect of it. If you want a transitional champion or whatever it may be, you could transition a whole bunch of times till Rhea comes back to prove her dominance again. Yeah, you could have put it on Chelsea Green, because guess what? The crowd wanted to see that freaking happen. If you heard it, it would have been funny. Like, you know what I mean? For a second. Like, I'm not saying don't put everybody will go, "Oh, Randy," but then it's a prestigious title. You're gonna put it down. But guess what? The prestigious person holding the title is not there yet.
Exactly.
So,
and we go back to what we were talking about before. Like, if you don't have a belt, right? If you don't have a title, you still elevate whatever you have, you can elevate it as high as it possibly can be. One belt can look like, the Universal Championship in one person's hand, and then it can look like the Continental Champion in another. It all depends on who is carrying the belt. Yes, Becky Lynch probably has she's probably the only person there that has the star power to carry that belt long term while Rhea is gone. But is she going to carry it long term? Because all we've talked about is how she's taking time off. So when she won last night, I was like, you guys really did this shit. You can't just pull the trigger on something different. Even Nia Jax, I would have been pissed off about, but still, it would have been like, okay, this makes more sense. Becky just came off of a loss to WrestleMania to Rhea, and people are saying, well, it makes sense because the only person she couldn't beat is Rhea, and then when Rhea comes back, she'll lose to her. Then that's predictable too, right?
I'm presuming, you have Liv's revenge tour going on right now, and she loses this battle royal. I'm presuming, this is again presumption, that before Rhea comes back, Liv will be the one to take it off Becky or whoever it may be. So then it's Rhea versus Liv or whatever coming back. But like Liv should have got it because her revenge tour fell short. Like realistically,
My money was on Liv. I
Yeah.
was asked before the match started, who do you think is going to win? I said Liv. And
Yeah.
then the person I was talking to said no. And they said it should be Becky, but Becky's taking time off. So when Becky won, I was like, what? Like it just it didn't click with me. I'm like, all right, this is a very cheap
And-
cop out to try to cope with the current situation. You're like, all right, Rhea, our major star that we've also created to be a major star over the last 2 years, elevated her to where she is over the last 2 years. We're not going to try to do that with anybody else. We're just going to go back to the safe bet, which is, Becky can do it. It's kind of like the Charlotte Flair almost, right? So.
And to the most part too, this episode ended early because Becky had to go into the crowd like 6 minutes early and shake hands, and I think she was pissed on that aspect. But no, it ended early because there was no reason for her to go out in the crowd. So
I thought it was, honestly, man, I thought it was I'll ask you about what you thought about the episode and stuff, but the main event just was bad. This was a bad way to do this. We could have just even done a 2 or 3 week tournament, and we chose not to for whatever reason. We were like, okay, we're just going to do a battle royal and throw it on big time Bex. And people are going to go back and be like, well, this makes sense because Becky Lynch has the star power. It's like, why create anybody new? This is an opportunity for you to create some new stars, create some new storylines, and have some fun with it. A good friend of mine said to me, WWE are just cowards. And they are. Like, they are cowards when it comes to decisions like this, because you could have very easily done something different. And you went with the safe bet.
100%.
You went with the minus 1,000 odds when the plus 200 odds would yield you back something so far greater and give you so much more joy.
100%.
Anyways, Randy, what did you think about Monday Night Raw? You know what I thought. I thought it was shit.
What do I think? I don't think it deserves an In This Corner this week. So
Please.
there was none. It was the worst Raw of the year. So yeah, it doesn't deserve my copyrighted intro. It doesn't deserve me even to put the music behind it. It doesn't deserve anything. I loved WWE, still my favorite product right now.
Yes.
Out of all wrestling, but unfortunately, I just didn't like this episode.
This was
So
a
listen to
garbage
us.
episode. This was a garbage trash episode of Monday Night Raw, and getting past it is probably the favorite part of my week. Honestly, watching it usually is a good part of my week, but getting past this episode was far better.
That's it. Let's look forward to next week because it can't be any worse.
Hey, listen, when things get far worse, they can only get better, Randy. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to us this week and all of our grievances and plights with Monday Night Raw. If you want to, you can follow us on Facebook in the SNME group. You can always join in our live post threads that we do for Monday Night Raw. And everything else, you can message me at Wrestling with Eric. It's down there on the screen, so I can point at it now. And then, Randy, where can they go ahead and harass you?
Well, you can find us, like you said, on Facebook, facebook.com/SNME Radio, as well as we're on YouTube. Just look up at Draw Straws Raw. Again, Sunday night's main event is the main show. Check Boris every Sunday night out. Their Patreon is patreon.com/SNME Radio, where you have a plethora of different shows. Like,
fancy word.
I using it every week now. Like Steve Swiss Rambling Reviews. He has 2 of them, one an NXT review and the other one on a wrestling review, as well as MLW Rewind and Straight Talk Wrestling with George Mackay and Uncle Bobby B, as well as our buddies, our nemesis, our friend, the Smack Daddies, that can be SmackDown Review, best on the internet, and a whole bunch more. The Law, live audio wrestling with Brady and Chris Tidwell. So yeah, a whole bunch of different ones. Please go listen to them like our buddy Rob Arbic does. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Rob Arbic. Shout out to everybody that listens. Guys, thank you so much for doing so. Until the next time, please take care of yourselves and each other and continue to live your lives impactfully.
Live, laugh, and like Rob Arbic, love wrestling.
Monkeys never claps.
Fuck! Again, fuck, this week sucks. Fuck!
Deuces! Deuces!
Original prankster. Original, yeah. Original prankster.
I'm Chiquita Banana, and I've come to say bananas have to ripen in a certain way, and when they're flecked with brown and have a golden hue, bananas taste the best and are the best for you. You can put them in a salad. Grief? No, not yet, my dear. That greenish way you're looking means that you are ripe for cooking. How about me? No, no. When you are fully ripe, my dear, those little flecks of brown appear.
Me?
You're most digestible, my friend. Delicious, too, from end to end. You can put them in a pie, any way you want to eat them. It's impossible to beat them. But bananas like the climate of the very, very tropical equator. So you should never put bananas in the refrigerator. Bananas are a solid food that doctors now include in baby's diet. And since they are so good for baby, I think we all should try it. Oh! See.